maps in is a little bit late to swap the prediction, to be honest. I gave you 6 rounds earlier, which was pushing it. But here we go then, ladies and gents. It is going to be Def, aggressive, of course, and he's going to catch all 5 players going towards B. It's nothing to defend first, and he's going down for sure. No chance, but Def can save the day. Hiko says no. He's going for the double kill here, and he's got the P250 as well, delivering every headshot as we go into a 3 versus 2. Stan is dropped, and Ricky has got no chance. He's making a lot of noise, and it will be Vice taken down. No problem. Banana Rush works out every time.
Yeah, you can see that Nothing realized he had that hesitation. Yeah. Because he realized that he couldn't back away, and instead of just wide peeking and going for it, he kind of just was not able to do anything. So he missed his timing.
I think he did. I think he might peek if his teammate wasn't flanking. I think he stands a chance of holding them up a little longer to allow that flank to activate. If he kind of just stands awkwardly in that position. But well, either way, it all ended in disaster.
It's the Nova. It's come out to play. Oh, this could be juicy. Another flash high. Surely the Nova peaks. No. Okay, he's a bit far away. This is a really good angle for it. 5-7 from Nothing comes out, but that's been eliminated now. So it's all on the Nova. This is the difference maker. Oh! Oh, they were like right in front of each other. I could have seen the double kill, but they will all be eliminated. It was very anticlimactic, unfortunately. It was a good effort from Complexity, but they're left with an MP9 and a Scout, both towards the A-bomb site. So still opportunity for damage, but it's going to be pretty rough.
Yeah, very slim chance they even get a couple of kills. So we'll see what Ricky can do. If he gets 1 kill with the MP9, that would at least be some cash. Maybe Molotov out of position and have to face at this point. Down he goes, and Shazam bails out. It's going to be 2-0 to Rogue here on the final map. Inferno normally is the ultimate decider. And sell low, so is Nico, but they will be surviving this no problem. Shazam looking for it on hunting him, but there's no real reason to. You know, he's got barely anything to save. And we've just got Nico making his way in. This is the 5 HP player. I guess against the Scout, it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, he's got him.
Yes. Yes. Give me the juice. Full fat. Oh, he turned around. He knew the hairs on the back of his neck are as lifeless as the rest of his body.
Yeah, that's a little bit too close for comfort there. No scope could have come through, but the stab successful. Money in the bag. Nico's got a ton of money now as the full eco will come through. They haven't really dropped many kills at all here. Just 2 frags. Nothing really purchased at all. A P250 at the very top of the table and a Zeus for nothing. 1 flashbang as they go for a little stack towards B. 3 players waiting at the sandbags. Flash will come over courtesy of Def when they detect players on the other side, and they'll swing out and see what can be done. Bide their time. Wait for the perfect opportunity.
Rogue awaiting a response of their own. You see, they haven't gone too deep, so they will not be exploited by the flashbang of Complexity, who now have 3 players behind the sandbags lining up. Take a ticket, you will be served very shortly indeed. Ding dong from Def, but this is anti-eco territory. It's not terribly concerning right now. Nothing. Does he hear a footstep? Perhaps he does. He doesn't have the range he wants. You can hear them moving away, but he's on his own, so there's no one to communicate it to. He can still use the radio commands, but no one will be listening. Nobody will be capitalizing. I think he may have made a step. He's been spotted, and Vice is on his way towards the B-bomb site with the bomb. Nothing with the P2000. Don't see too many of those.
He almost nailed it. If he waited slightly longer, he may have got that.
Not meant to be. 3-0 Rogue. The 4th spy in the 2nd means you actually get a decent amount of cash in the 4th. But it does cost you a few rounds. Rogue with the idyllic start here, and they have a bit of a bonus situation as well. Look how much money they've got. 8k almost on Vice, 7,000 for Hiko, and they're going in with UMP. So this is what you call a bonus situation. Stan and Def without helmets make those UMPs very viable indeed. Incendiary's down towards the bottom as the utility. They're going to burn Nico down to a crisp. That's lovely. Complexity punish MSL as well. He's down to 6 HP, And grenades continue to be exchanged here, and he'll swallow another. Utility so fun to watch on Inferno when it's done correctly. Complexity find 3 early kills and get themselves in a 5-on-2. Just Hiko and Sick remain, but this was their bonus round. At this point, they're just looking to cause damage financially. They can easily buy up next round. So if Sick gets a couple of frags, that could be enough to force out a reset in the future. Now it's just him, as Hiko has been found. Clean sweep for Complexity. Lovely utility usage there. Molotov right down towards the underpass / T-steps area, and then 3 of them as well towards Banana. An absolute path of doom as they found 2 kills. AKs across the board. And Shazam has the AWP. Can Complexity start converting a few of these rounds now?
Yeah, you can see that the CT side can take a lot of control when they have the money, they have utility, they can bombard Banana, which they're going to do now, and it really changes the flow of the game, the pace, and this is what we can start to see. Shazam trying to get cheeky there top mid, and there is the Carpet of Flames and the deep smokes and flashes coming into play, and this is the kind of pace or the kind of opening that Complexity want, and they've rotated their 3rd player back out towards A. Now for Rogue, they're waiting out that top mid smoke. They can take top mids. They've got apartments already. The question is whether or not they try to threaten Banana, because that way you can keep the CTs honest, make certain that there will be 2 players there. So if you do go to A, you're not having to battle as many people as 4.
Patiently waiting as Shazam, moving towards the boiler. We have a crouch peek. Oh, should have got that one. Did he see the players as he deployed the Molotov? One has gone beyond. Not ready for the flick. Vice, very quick. Plenty of time for Rogue. Starting to ask questions towards the bottom of Banana. Stanislaw may hear this. He has no more grenades. In fact, nobody does. There's a flashbang well ahead of him, and through the smoke, they could have waited a second or 2. Instead, they will be collapsing into the black hole of Stanislaw. But eventually, he will get traded. But he's bought time for his team. Time for Def to rotate towards CT. Big headshot from him. Pushes through the smoke as it's deployed. And this is falling to pieces for Rogue.
This is still winnable, though. 3 versus 2 with the bomb guaranteed to go down. Molotov will buy them a little bit of time to reposition. There's 1 flashbang for the retake here, but a man advantage for Complexity. All 3 players coming through CT spawn. Nico larger in charge, and he'll hit the first shot and drop down. Looking to be a little bit more combative as well. His teammate going to be baited in as he swings out. I think that's the round. Great stuff there from Rogue. Really well played on the post-plant situation as well. It's Nico taking all the aggro there in that perched position. His teammate gets ready to back him up from CT spawn. And even with Stanislaw's great efforts, he had a chance to get the AK out, maybe get a 3rd. Didn't happen, and Nico gets that kill, and that's his teammate there. He positions in, guaranteed frag to finish things off. Nice setup. And they might be breaking down Complexity here. Scouts and MP9s. For Mass, UMP, Shaz has to go for the initial kill. Nothing spotted.
It's a big risk, but you need to falls back because the timing's become unfavorable. Challenges on Banana here, want to get close with those SMGs. MSL might be in some trouble. Stan is creeping forward, so I don't think MSL has any idea. Oh wow, is he on the logs? This is amazing. This could be huge. That UMP just lurking. He goes in for it, hits the reload, finds the first, but can't quite connect the spray on the second. But that's still some good info, some good damage. It's a good effort.
More than he was worth. From he had 30 HP there, just waiting for the reload queue to come in. As soon as he heard it, that's when he pounces. He needed to get at least 1 frag from that little gambit, but he gets it. Still a 4-on-4, heavily favors the T's, especially in this sort of scenario where there's only a few flashes left on the CT side. Nothing has a smoke. He is currently positioned on the B bomb side. He can smoke them off, but he's already deployed that. It's not the best smoke when you're throwing it from the boosted spot. It's got an incendiary to follow it up as they smoke in now towards spawn, and there's the coffin smoke as well.
This incendiary will be very important from Nothing. There it goes as a response to the nades, as you said. Gets smoked off, but that might be helpful for Nothing. In fact, he's going to have to drop off here. His teammate's gone. He has no bullets left. He sprayed all of them away, and he gets 1 for it, and that's really not good enough in this spot. I'm not sure if Shazam is really going to be entertaining this. He's just running all the way towards Banana. Perhaps just wants to find exits as Rick is also positioned on the other side to do the same. And Rogue are looking very formidable at this point. And they are looking like they aren't going to be stopped anytime soon. They've really done a number on the economy of complexity with that big reset. Of course, we're not using the new economy rules, but we are using everything else.
Everything else, indeed.
Everything.
We haven't seen many silenced M4s, I'll say that much.
Only from NIP,
NIP gave it a little flutter, but overall, not many. Still favouring the M4A4.
I never switched from the A1. I still have it equipped. Ever since the AUG change came in, I've been AUG M4A1. A1, like when you're playing pugs, it feels like hard mode, you know? When a pug is easy, get the M4 out.
Well, you like to challenge yourself, do you?
Yeah, it just feels more fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a satisfying,
more satisfying
gun.
kills, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, what can Complexity do with this? Shazam trying to make a difference for his team, trying to make that change. Sick will take him out though. That's the strongest weapon taken away. That HE does nothing to death whatsoever. Ricky with the other rifle, 2 kills from him. Those can be collected. The Rogue don't have position now. Only the bomb carrier really holding an angle. We don't want to do that. He's moving towards A with the rest of his team. Now we've got issues. Nothing's on the site with a P250. Has he been spotted? He's been spotted. Trades worst case scenario. There's no bomb plant pressure right now. There's plenty of time to secure the area, secure the sites. Put your best foot forward. Stanislaw needs to collect a weapon. He's got a USP. Ricky has a rifle. He can offer a boost. Stan really needs a rifle though.
Oh.
Might as well go and run and pick one up now. They've conceded where they are. Plenty of toys to collect, and off he goes to get one. 6-1 to Rogue. A very good start so far. Again, Complexity have looked like the stronger team, in my opinion, in the last 2 maps, but Rogue are the ones leading by 5 rounds now.
Yeah, they look really good so far on the T side of Inferno. It's a different story for sure, and it's so hard to get a grip of that CT economy when you start off poorly. So buy comes in now, but they don't have enough money for all the utilities, so they'll have to play passively, and with that, they'll really be at the mercy of Rogue. You know, Rogue will be able to run their defaults pretty flawlessly, I would imagine, because I don't think Complexity are going to want to play that heavy banana control style at the beginning of the rounds.
Initial grenades being exchanged. The delay of apartments will be... Well, there will be a delay. There we go. English.
Glando.
Smoke down at the end of the halls. Def with some grenades towards the car position, but they're beyond it. Still some damage is done. Nico with 10 HP. That grenade was a second earlier. Maybe Nico would be dead.
Oof, they really want to throw whatever grenade is up there. And paying the price for it. Sort of 4-on-4. We're baiting out CT utility. Back towards A they go. 2 players there. It's going to be nothing. He's holding the arch side right now, and Ricky joining him in tow. Through the smoke they go. A lot of teams like to push that smoke in an individual way, but it doesn't really ever seem to work out. Molotov in. Looking very good for Complexity here. Ricky should be good for 1 frag. Good flashbang, and actually taken down. There's a little bit of damage here. Nothing can mop them up, though. 1 more should do it. As he looks for Sick here. Oh, what a shot that is. 1 versus 1. Def now rotating in from middle. He has got the kit and needs to work out where Sick resides. Oh, he's going to sit at the back. I like it. Take a gamble.
And he goes. Not a single sound made by either player, but Sick! Oh, he spotted him first, but Def is so quick himself. That is unfortunate for Sick. He had a hell of a game on overpass as well.
Yeah.
But either way, Def really coming to life there right at the end to clutch that out for Complexity. They needed that round desperately. They do lose a huge amount of players, but at least they pick up their second round.
Oh, they win it. It comes down to 1 player, though. So Def will win out. Didn't recover an AWD, I don't think, but there it is. Purchases coming through. Maybe he did, as we'll see the next round come in. Oh, Def's got the AK, so they do have to purchase. Big one here. Complexity. Hamstrung across the board. UMP for Stan. For Mass for Ricky. Barely any utility for either of them. As the flash is going towards B. Def playing heads-up Counter-Strike. by the sandbags and will deploy, well, at least attempt to deploy a smoke. There it is, taken down. That little misthrow actually cost him his life because he would have got out of there with the smoke for the first time around. It's unfortunate. And that's the B site open, I believe.
Free cremation.
Complexity seems to just going to save on the A bomb site and be like, that's that. I think Def was a little greedy maybe with how deep that smoke looked to be going. T's already ahead of it. Shoot him in the face, of course. And, oh, okay, so perhaps this is containment for Complexity. I can't imagine they're actually going to try and go for this, considering they were completely static after Def went down on Banana. Just creating space for themselves with which to save, as opposed to all hiding over towards A and allowing Rogue to push forward and make it harder to save the weapons. So Stan, he's expendable in this case, I suppose, as the UMP. He'll go close to the B bomb site. Now, because of his position, Complexity could, if they wanted to, in a different scenario, move towards B to save. That won't need to happen here. Quick hunt towards the end. Shazam not going to peek. Nothing will pop out. Makes life a little easier. And they hold on to a fair amount of Complexity, and that's probably partly why no one rotated at all towards B.
Yeah.
Risk the one man and have a buy for another round.
Indeed. Exactly that, and they will have at least a buy here. Focused around the Orb of Shazam. Might have to be a little bit proactive at the start of the round and see what he can get done. Might even challenge the T-steps completely, we'll see. And indeed he does. He knows he needs a frag here. Not going to find anything just yet.
Three Rogue players on Banana very quickly indeed. Over the smoke MSR, he could catch somebody off guard here. Stanislaw playing the range of his weapon. Def peeking a little further. He's got his information. Didn't cost much. A smoke. Rogue, they're capitalizing on this. Do they realize how weak they are on the B bomb site? They do now. Def taken out. Not much he could do about it. Stanislaw having a look from the coffin position, and that might be another round in the bag. Surely they can't go. They can't pursue the B bomb site again. Complexity. Another save situation for them. This is a disastrous start on the third map. Again, the winner of this map goes to the finals in London.
They do. No more online play for them. Nico hunting for anyone saving their weapons. There's so much action going on across the map. Difficult to keep up. Shazam, he's the main target though. The VIP, they need to hold on to that AWP for sure. As he'll hold towards quad for now. That might slow them down somewhat, but Shaz's got a kill here. No problem at all. That's MSL dropped. And that'll probably be the end of the hunt. But still, Nico continues as he looks to find Ricky in the apartments here. It's a common spot to check. Will he pre-fire it though? Absolutely not. Taken down. That's actually cost him a lot of cash there. But they're 8-2 up. They're fine. They know they've broken the money of Complexity. They just really wanted that AWP. Tactical timeout called. Orb and AK in hand. No cash really available. I would say with that sort of weaponry, you might as well go for it.
Rogue are looking real dangerous at this point. Like it's getting towards that point of what I mean. I don't want to say no return, but where your odds to win the match start to become very slim based on the amount of rounds that you lack. They've never been able to take a grip at the CT side, and that's been Rogue's great calling, great clutches, individual plays. It's all been there for them, and Complexity have a real task on their hands in finding a way to deal with that. And again, like with that money just being low all the time, it's hard to be as aggressive as you'd like on map control. And this round they'll give it a go. They don't have still full utility, but they'll try their best. Tossing in the Molotovs, deep smoke there. Not the deepest as you normally see, but fairly deep. MSL still standing there though, keeping things honest, keeping the information game alive for Rogue, knowing whether the CT's push or not. And there's the pressure. Will there be a flashbang for MSL? The peak, we'll have to see. There's an Molotov. He'll start to go for the peaks. He sees the nade thrown. He wants to punish, but that's him playing into their setup. Complexity, one man up.
Did he see that there were three players there, though? He saw two towards sandbags, and I think he realized he was getting shot by the AWP on the other side as well, because there was an instant response from Rogue coming out of the boiler position. Maybe there's a play towards B, trying to hold players there, but they've really rotated Complexity. They're going to have 4 players towards B bomb site now, make it 2 after the exchanges, 1 versus 3 for Hiko. Both teams reading the information on B after MSL goes down. But it seems that Complexity have made the master stroke. 3 versus 1 for Hiko. He's got the headshot angle. They're lining up for him, but he won't find any more than that. Third round on the board for Complexity.
That was a great response, though, because as you say, I think MSL called it immediately as he saw 3 people. He's like, guys, rush A, knowing that they would have the numbers advantage. But good, again, good hold there coming in from Complexity, but they must hold on to this round. They must start stringing rounds together. There's just no choice. If they get broken again here, I don't know, man. It's gonna be bad.
Could be
real bad.
Contains.
Real bad. We'll see what happens here. Shazam still has the AWP, 5 kills to his name. Nothing down to the MP9. He's a big fan of that weapon. We'll see the incendiaries deployed, and that buys Shazam a bit of space here, but the flashbang comes in, they know what he's up to, and he still hits the shot. That's pretty wild. Vice knew he would be there, still unable to negate him. It's going to be a 5 versus 4. Dan said it's the must-win round. It absolutely is, especially on the CT side. Rogue have got enough rounds already to win out the game on their T side. Anything further than this will be a bonus. We'll see what they can do in this 5-on-4.
Lining up. Death full support for the second kill, and Nico gets taken out as well. This is a fantastic round for Complexity. They need to get something out of this half, and this is a great way to start doing it. Hiko looking for damage at this point, admiring the smoke grenade go past, waiting for a pop flash play, but it's a creep through the smoke from Death for a free kill. Nothing gets an upgrade from an MP9 to an AK-47. 3 AKs on Complexity all of a sudden after only 2 rounds in a row, and the money's been broken for Rogue.
That shot. Shazam picks it up and a solid B defense here. Stanislaw taking the aggro. Death going to mop him up with the AK-47. So powerful to have those rifles on the CT side. The must-win round goes in their favor, and it's broken the finances of Rogue down to absolutely nothing here. Nico top frags of 14. Will have to lead the charge. They rush towards B. Stan spots them. Has to get that utility down, and it arrives just in the nick of time. He burns them all to a crisp. A little bit of backup there from Def as well, but a B bomb that is tested, and they pass with flying colors once more. 8-5 Complexity starting to make this a little bit more competitive now. Then get the 8-7 right back on track. We shall see as the money starts to stabilize for Rogue once again. They'll take a tactical timeout. As James mentioned, this is the grand final. It's a big deal winning this game. It's been 2 best-of-3s to get here already. Arduous ones in some cases, and you get $12,000 for winning the brackets, and you get a berth into the finals in London as well, meaning you do not have to play any of the subsequent online week play. So
yeah, I mean, just look at it this way too. Complexity had to beat NRG to get here.
Yep.
Rogue had to beat Team Liquid to get here. Neither of them wants to go through that again if they can avoid it.
Yeah. It means you can be under the radar. You're not so exposed in terms of, especially like Rogue or Complexity, they're both quite strategic teams. You want to have as little information available about you as possible. You do not want to be playing lots of best-of-3s week after week. You want to qualify right here, right now, go back to practice, take some of that pressure off. Double orb setup for Complexity, Shazam and Stan. Shaz has been very aggressive towards middle so far, and Stanislaw looking to take matters into his own hands. So many players in front of him. That smoke helps him out, but he's going down for sure. MSL will leave this in a very problematic situation for Def, but he finds the first kill, drops the incendiary, baits them back actually. He's bought enough time here, at least a few seconds. Does he want to push through?
Seems he does through the smoke, not once but twice. He was spotted by Vice in the pool. And the bomb site is theirs for the time being. Shazam is close though with an AWP, trying to hold on to construction. Rogue, very low health players on all of these guys. There are 2 mollies and a HE. Is he bouncing it towards Pool? It seems like he is. And that's going to be goodbye. A double kill.
What?
Not too shabby at all. Now, MSL, what do you want to do? Switches out for the AK-47 from the AWP. Can he pick the right timing to push through the smoke? They're sprayed from nothing. He thinks he's killed him. That somebody else comes back and Shazam will finish him off. And that's going to be another round in the bag for Complexity. 6-8.
It's not looking too good for Rogue now. They were high flying what feels like a few minutes ago. 4 rounds against them. Complexity right back in it now. A double kill from nothing with the HE as well. We've seen 2 triple kills of HEs this week. You don't normally see that too often, so we have been treated to some spectacular moments here in the first week of ECS. A sign of things to come, perhaps. We do it all over again next week. But for now, our final map of the North American region. Astralis already made their way towards London, taking down NIP in a convincing manner earlier. 2-0. Complexity couldn't find that, but fighting their way back in this third map, and MSL will take care of Death, who shows a bit of aggression towards B. And they've got a 5-on-4 very early on in the round.
Deep smoke coming in from Colt. Stan will take position and they'll just gamble it. If he stays that far forward, it can be quite risky, but he'll actually fall back as they will keep a third on the A side. So playing it by the book here, Complexity. Stanislaw, if he spots one, take the shot. Try to drop the incendiary. Oh, he gets two with one. Out comes the Orc. My God, he's going for more. What on earth is that? He's trying to do it all by himself. That's not how you're supposed to play that position. You get 2 kills. That's amazing. Can fall back into the site, but they will test him again. The jump peak comes in. He gets a connection, and back to the side he goes. Finally, some assistance will be drawn his way. There is still a chance here. If they take him down, there is still a chance. He's down. It's smoked. Nothing's in construction, but they have a bomb plant.
3 versus 2. Bomb to go down, but it's a fake plant for now. Nothing. Takes the bait, and he'll be punished for it. 2 on 2. Now the bomb will be planted, and Shazam looking to close things out here. Ricky will join him. Smoke is really difficult to handle here. Might want to upgrade to an AK-47 as his teammate jumps over. Ricky just about gets the kill, but needs to reload here. Sick in a prime position to close this one out. Gets the first, and now the time ticking away. There is a kit available, but no utility. Ricky's making a lot of noise, and it will be Sick to punish. 9-6. Really exciting finish there, and Stanislaw's got to be stewing at that one. He did absolutely everything to win in that round. It still wasn't enough. This is the final map of the day, and the final half coming up after this break.
Took my heart and made it colder. I took my soul and tried to run, but I have nowhere to hide. And you'll find me every time.
Welcome back, Counter-Strike fans. The final half of the day. It is going to be Complexity switching over to the T side now. And we'll see whether this 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs will be enough as they set themselves up here. Hiko with the utility, and they've shot each other in spawn now. That's a new one. Haven't seen that before.
Escalation, Henry.
Like, are they just trying to make me lose my mind this week? They're getting pretty close.
It's a lot of rounds that Complexity need on their T side. It's going to be very tough. And the CTs are already behind them, but behind them are some Ts as well. It's going to be very interesting. Shazam, I think a line up for him, but he only gets one out of that. It's not too bad. There are pockets of like the buddy systems going crazy here. Duos all over the map. And now they've been isolated. The bomb might be able to make its way into a plant, though. Oh my god, they have no idea, perhaps, that the bomb's crossed onto the bomb site.
Oh, with Ricky in the mid, they're going to think it's A. They're all going to go towards A. No one's going to go towards B.
Oh my god.
How long until they realize?
Oh no.
This is really...
Oh no.
They still don't know. No one's listening to the beeps. Guys,
no.
now
Oh,
they realize. All the way back. It is a 3v1, however, and Lihiko has a defuse kit. Stanislaw's wondering, maybe laughing, enjoying, but will he be smiling at the end of this run? That's the question. There's still time to defuse this bomb. Hiko's being taken out. That kit's got to be picked up. Six picked it up. There's a shot from Vice, and there's time to defuse the bomb despite the diversions.
Crisis averted. That could have been quite the awkward moment. Red faces all around, perhaps, but still they win due to their fragging potential at the very start. Very aggressive in the CTs, nice boost, and they win the round and get double digits first. The bomb is planted, however. Do Complexity want to bring out the AKs? I don't even get to finish the sentence. Of course they do. Stan will be bringing it out. 17 kills to his name. He's had enough. His teammates will not be joining him, so it's more of a tactical purchase to try and damage the money and hopefully set them up for victory in the next round.
Yeah, and Rogue have won both pistols now as well, so they're having a fantastic series of starts. Stanislaw always burning. This is not good. Ooh, that's not bad, though. Almost gets the second. Down to 15, Nico. He is peeking so deep. I have no idea why he's so far out there with 15 HP. Sick is going to get traded out as well. Now they have a clean passage to the B-bomb site with a smoke for CT. This, I don't know what the hell just happened there.
Well, if you get that kill back, let's stay alive, shall we? Let's just keep it up. You got 15 HP, delay them. Why are you standing in the open? I couldn't tell you. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. Either way, Complexity somehow are going to win this round. They now have 2 rifles. There will be a retake attempt, but no kits right now. There might be one on the side as flashbangs come in, deploying what little utility they have on the T side. Here comes the incendiary. They are going to go for it. Here's a flash, and it's up to Vice to find the kills. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, cancel that. A little bit of a blunder of a round there, I have to say.
You're talking about red faces earlier.
Yeah. That's not good news. Great stuff by Stan, though. He gets that 1 AK, somehow leads him to a victory. 1.5 kills for him. That half should have fallen back and just bought time, but Nico wanted to keep challenging. I really can't explain that one for you. This is the play from Stan. 1 kill, almost a second, and look, 15 HP. You got time to fall back, plenty of time. Stayed. I don't know why.
Where you going? Where you going, son?
Nowhere.
Where you going? Can't disagree with what Henry is saying. Versus a team equipped in such a... Okay, sick. That's a good start. That's a good start. They need a man advantage in a situation such as this, and that's a nice early one. Will Complexity continue to push towards Banana? There is a Molotov up top, well, towards Banana. They've gone towards, well, through Banana. Towards B is what I mean. Nico, maybe too much. Doesn't really have the... I guess he was waiting for a sound cue, because once you see someone, you're dead if you're holding a grenade like that, as he is. As he was and as he is. Nothing and death remain. Planting in the front of the site, out in the open, hiding in plain sight. There's a smoke for the retake for Rogue. That will also tell Complexity that there's probably no one coming from Banana, however. And they've got a smoke of their own, and that's going to really kill some time.
Not a bad find. Alleviating some of the pressure because of all those numbers. Nothing so challenging. This is beautiful movement from him. Def wins his battle as well, and he'll now be alive to play that 1v1 with the open plant. The smoke disappears at the perfect moment. There's no kit. It's just hopelessness for Sick. Complexity finish it off. This is a very strange start. You know, Rogue really had so much going for them, and it should be, in theory, so difficult for Complexity to find a similar scenario where they just batter that CT economy straight from the get-go. But that's kind of where they find themselves now. So this game looks like it could go very, very close.
If they do end up losing this, I'm sorry, it all stems from that round. So this really going to cost them a lot. It'll be so frustrating. Still in the lead for now, but they've got a full eco here. They're still on the CT side as well. So this stack, Shazam will take care of it. And it looks like all 3 kills have Got in favour of complexity. A little bit chaotic, but they
jumping over a live AK there.
Never do that. Stay behind the gun if you can, as Def will hold strong towards B. Just Nico now, licking his wounds from the previous encounters, holding the A sites. Might be able to get a kill towards the apartments, considering there's such a low HP. Ricky coming through. Oh, that's a guaranteed kill. He just didn't know it. No, I guess nothing. Doesn't really matter either way.
10-9. Rogue can buy, once again, AWP for MSL. Shazam will drop the Mac 10 for an AWP of his own. We have been looking at the AWPs on the T side of Inferno. This in parts has felt like a looser game. So maybe Shazam will find himself more opportunity. We'll have to wait and see. Rogue with plenty of smoke grenades, but they're a little light on MSL, Hiko, and Sick beyond that. So area control may be difficult, although Lana won't be contested for now. So that's a plus for Rogue. Not that they know it just yet, but they'll soon find out.
We will taking this one complexity to either tie things up or Rogue to extend the lead. You can see the utility's very, very low on the CT side. Just 3 smokes, a single flashbang. Nico on the UMP after their eco in the previous. Not feeling too comfortable here. MSL with the AWP. Haven't seen a kickoff yet on Inferno. As Vice gets prepared towards the quad. This is a bit of a classic setup. AWP baiting in the player underneath the quad. Smoke down, buys them a little bit of comfort here. And they can reposition. It's all very quiet right now. CTs with 2 smokes remaining. MSL and Hiko with both of them. That means Nico and Sick have no utility towards B. So luckily for them, Complexity choose the A sites, and it all kicks off now.
Not a bad opening there from Ricky. Hiko though, oh, if only he could have gotten around the side. Could have been a double, but instead now it's instant saves territory. Beautiful finish from Complexity. They are looking actually kind of savage now. They're getting into the groove of things. They're capitalizing on Rogue's mistakes, and they're not looking back. This is rough.
True. Well, no option but to save here. Money's low. Def will be given the AWP. They're going on a hunt here. They want to put the foot on the throat. So they give Def the AWP so he can go save that safely with his low HP, or the rest of them go hunting here. They know there's an AWP up on MSL. They're aware of that. They've got some resources. They can justify a bit of a flutter towards B. Even if it goes down to equal trades, that's fine. If they get 2 kills and everyone dies, they're still at a massive advantage going forward. But I don't think they're fully committing. Just going to be at least locking the CTs in. No kills found. And it's 10-10. Complexity have got 4 rounds in a row after losing the pistol. Remember, that's where it all started to go wrong. That really sloppy round from Rogue has cost them 4 in a row here. And maybe a couple more. Surprised they don't force buy into this one, considering they've got an M4, the AWP, the UMP. Maybe worth it, but they're looking at the bigger picture, which is fine. A Molotov's not really ideal.
Again, it's really difficult as the CTs. You don't have that utility to play aggressively anywhere, so the Ts get to just walk all over the map. You have 0 picture of what's actually going on as the CT side because you just have no forward positions, so you can't gather information reliably. And if you try to flash something, you have such little utility to do so. That in of itself is a big investment, and so you just want to sit on the sites, and it feels so stressful to do that. Oh, Vice is... oh, wow, that's missed, perhaps. Well, they check for Vice. They must know that that missed. We'll see if Rogue can get a couple kills. Here is the Complexity side move forwards. MSL has to have a huge round here. Flash goes out. Peak comes in. Beautiful stuff. They reflash it. Very responsible.
Yeah, stereo flashbangs. Vice still hasn't played his part, but will they continue to look in this corner? It looks like they will. There's a headshot for Stanislaw. That's what he was looking for. They make no assumptions, cost nothing to check, especially when 2 players are there. And now the A bomb site is surrounded. The bomb's starting to move up, and surely MSL gets some sound cues and the rotation should begin. Only 2 players here, and they go down with no answer. Rogue getting pulled to pieces. AWP finally has been lost. Perhaps not reactive enough. Proactive, rather.
Yeah, it's so hard, isn't it? You have to find that perfect timing. I think MSL tried to do it, but the fact that he was flashing himself in, I think that's like a really big difference. If it would have been a case that maybe a teammate could have flashed from archers or something like that, and then he peeks with that flashbang, it would have been a bit quicker. Maybe he picks up the kill. It's hard to say, but it's an awkward spot. But as Henry pointed out, they kind of put themselves there.
Yeah, no, that if they do end up losing this, there's one moment that they can look back on and think, well, that's where it all went wrong. One crucial mistake has now led to a 5-round deficit. Nico will be dropped, and Sick cowers in the corner here. He should survive, but Complexity take the lead on the T side of Inferno. Plenty of cash now for Rogue. MSL purchases the AWP again. MSL is 7 and 18.
Yeah.
He can still come online on the CT half. That's where he'll do his best work, but right now, not looking too good for him. Need to start seeing some of those high-impact plays.
Yeah, in Overpass, he was a completely different beast altogether when he hit that CT side. Don't quite have the freedom of movement on this map with an AWP as you do on Overpass on the CT side. But you can see this time, Rogue investing 3 players into Banana for map control, and now they'll just leave the AWP there. MSL, sole responsibility, but he doesn't have a smoke. That is one thing to remember. So if Complexity later in the round decide to challenge him, even if he kills someone, he can't smoke them off. So that's a big problem. They can just run into the bomb site. So right now Rogue are gambling and just hoping that they don't go for B, which it looks like they will go towards B. Will they go all the way though? Or are they just forcing him back?
They are going to take vision away, whatever happens. He goes for the wallbang attempt through half wall, nothing connecting. Goes Coffins now. They've got enough for full execution. A smoke lands at his spot. He's in a lot of trouble. It's Sick with him. They have 1 smoke. Actually, on this side of the map, they have nothing. 2 flashes. That's it. There's a nade towards Coffins. That's going to do significant damage. Oh, that hurts. And there's the smoke now. Got to be deployed. This looks so good for Complexity. I don't see a world where they can actually do anything with this. Rogue will have to push through, and Sick will go down. Remember, low HP on MSL. Gives away his position. He'll be vulnerable to spams now, and this might be a save call already. I'm sorry, I don't think this is worth going for.
Yeah, with a smoke down on CT, it would make sense to run away, run far away, and he will manage to do that. It's been a lot of rounds where, almost every round where it's basically been a save for multiple Rogue players try and hold on to this AWP. This time they managed to at least escape with 4 players for now. Might not end up that way with 2 players on the hunt for Complexity, but how do Rogue turn things around? They've basically lost every round in this half.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ever since the pistol. And it's all gone real wrong for that. 6 in a row now.
It's really well played by Complexity as well to realize that with a simple set piece onto the B-bomb side, that they could just make it work. Seems like they know exactly what Rogue are up to, how to deal with it. They seem super calm in the calls. And because Rogue had no presence on top mids, it's too difficult for them to realize that that was coming as well. And Rogue may have to start thinking about being more aggressive towards top mid or towards Banana. They need to be able to throw something in the way of Complexity.
It's just difficult to justify that right now because no one's hitting their shots. No one's leading the charge, right? They don't have the resources. No one's really feeling it. I think Nico's the only one that's really fragging for them. Their AWP is not coming online. It's the AWP that really has to dictate that sort of operation right here. So I'm going to go for a pick here. You guys should pick B. He gets a pick in second middle. It all starts falling apart for the other team. You get that confidence up, and then he can start being mobile. If he's got 0 frags, he's going to be very tentative, holding angles and just trying to get the job done. MSL is by no means the flashiest of AWPers, but if he really gets in the zone, he can do it. But right now, I don't think he's had an AWP kill in the second half. So I'll send a couple towards B. And we'll see if they want to get any deeper than this. They're still holding at the very top by the barrels, not challenging just yet.
This is good.
It's been hit MSL through the smoke.
Meaty.
This is a nice adjustment, actually, leaving 2 here, because before Complexity didn't respect the fact that they had lost banana control, and they just powered through it and ended up doing a set piece onto the B-bomb site and just winning the round. This time we've got that 2-man setup, and this is some of the mind games that you'll see top-level teams doing, where like they do a setup where they could have 4 on A, and very justifiably And that generally is what you would do. But every so often you add in that second player onto Banana playing a close position, like we see here. They focus on the AWPer who's deeper, MSL by the broken wall, half wall that is. And then, oh, he gets the kill too. That's beautiful stuff. And then Sick just pounces and deals with anyone else. But they're going to just pull the trigger on the push. They're going in for the entries on A, and it's working out.
Abuse in all directions coming from Complexity, but Rogue have a man advantage. Vice trying to buy time, and he's got enough time for Sick to trade. And now it's MSL and Shazam, AWP versus AWP, both around 50 HP or less. MSL considering creeping through, not sure if Shazam's committing, but at least he knows now that Shazam is stuck on the site itself. He can start to move. Shazam seems to know where MSL's coming from! So simple from Shazam! He made it look easy. That wasn't easy.
Give it to us in slow motion, please. That was fantastic.
Oh
10%
my
speed.
God.
Let's do it. All right.
How slow was that? Slowed down at all?
That was like 95% speed, I think. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Thank you so much.
This is like 2 frames.
Yeah. Right, you want a slow motion? I'll give it to you. It's going to be 13-10. Rogue timeout. They can't catch a break. Oh, no.
That's the clutch that just breaks you, isn't it? Like, it's a 1v1 clutch. It's your moment. Oh, it's crazy, too, because, again, you know, Complexity, or rather, sorry, Rogue were trying to be smart. They're trying to get ahead of the game. They put 2 players on Banana. They get Sick deep, whilst MSL's on the half wall. And then Complexity, they just call this super fast A hit through the balcony burst, and then players are out of position for Rogue. They try as hard as they can, but can't get it done. And will it be this round? Still have a goodbye.
Remember, Complexity were down 8-2 on their CT half.
Yeah.
That is legit what happened. Like, that doesn't sound like... We were like discussing, is this the point of no return? Can they get back in this game? Well, they absolutely can. Their T side has been impeccable. As we'll see now, this is a bit more aggressive. Danny wanted to see this, start getting stuck in and taking some map control. CTs are suddenly getting down towards the bottom. Sick will tuck himself in the corner. He's backed up by MSL's AWP, which is currently on half wall, trying to dodge flashbangs. So the objective is here. MSL pretends he's there by himself. Pretty standard position for a solo AWPer. He gets 1 kill. He's actually burning. He takes considerable damage. I don't think he realized the flames were going to spread there, as he still tries to bait in his teammate, trying to do whatever he can. The flashbang, pretty good, but now it's 4-on-4. MSL's already been tagged. They know the AWPer's on that side of the map and they can't rotate. They might just book it towards A. We will see.
I think Sick pushed before the flash came into. I think for some reason he felt like they were going to challenge him or throw nades at him, so he had to peek preemptively, something like that. Oh, he was in the Molotov. Okay, so they mollied both sides. I think Logs was mollied as well. So Complexity are they're crossing their T's, dotting their I's. They're being really responsible there. Yeah, Henry, you're definitely burnt.
It's not looking good, is it?
Oh my God, you've got real burns, man.
Yeah.
25 seconds left for Complexity to move into the A bomb site. They're all here around a short position with the bomb in apartment. Creeping slowly. Hiko getting tagged, but he's still alive for now, but his teammate's being taken down. He can't trade because of the grenade. Wow. And surely, again, it's another save situation for Rogue. Save Simulator 2019, DLC Inferno Edition.
I don't want that DLC. I want nothing to do with it.
The nades were so perfect this round for Complexity. They have such good utility usage.
Yeah,
just denying all the positions. Every play that Rogue try to make, they just get shut down by nades from the T side. That's brilliant to see that from Complexity.
Looking like it's done. Rogue just don't have a response. They've been good at saving weapons, but can they do it again? Apparently not. That's one of them gone. They're only going to get $3,400 per player, and MSL is being locked in. I don't think he saves this at all. He has to hold towards the barrels. He'll be dead in a few seconds. Gets the kill. Any follow-up? They've got him. No! He survived. There is life in the old dog yet. We'll see what he can do here. This had to happen. If he lost that AWP, the game is over. But he can make this happen now. Only 9 kills to his name, 19 deaths. Tactical timeout. You can see, we don't normally see this on online games at all, right? We never see a tactical timeout. Now you can see it actually means a lot to these guys. So much hard work has gone through this bracket, taking down some huge names. They've displayed all their tactical prowess and individual skill. No one expected it from Rogue. And now it comes down to this moment. 2 rounds away from being eliminated from week 1.
It would be a horrible way to lose.
Yeah. You still get 5 grand, just to note, for second place. You could farm plenty of money coming second place every week. Wouldn't be a bad way to do that, but...
Yeah, but versus what you could win if
exactly.
you made it to land, right? It's a small consolation.
I just want to reiterate, it's not complete waste of time. You get second place.
Could all get return flights to French Polynesia. No money for hotel though, so sit on the beach.
Yeah,
with a drink and a tear in your eye. Hope it's warm at night. Hope the temperature doesn't drop. Or book a hotel on your own money. Either one's fine. 4-round lead for Complexity. They're 2 rounds away from land. Smoke down. Rogue with a different approach on Banana because every single one has failed so far. At best, in most cases, they've traded. Complexity close. Again, keeping it super simple. Let's just use the numbers and abuse them. Doesn't matter if we go A or if we go B. They just can't deal with our executes.
Flames for days, and they'll run straight through. Smokes all over the place here. Sick. Good opening defensive kill. Ricky, though, creeping around the back. The smoke's down by Coffins. Maybe he'll get a jump on these CTs if he pushes it. There's no way they're going to be looking for this. He cuts off MSL. That does send the alarm bells to Sick, but he's got more in his hands there. More frags from Sick. How many does he get? Only 3. That's not bad. 2 versus 2 clutch now for Complexity to seal the deal, for Rogue to bring themselves back.
Oh, desperate with that UMP at range, but Shazam is burning. Needs to be careful. Can reposition now, waiting for the spam. They still have a chance of losing this, considering the HP, but Shazam being a little bit more active now. Vision towards CT. Can see the teammate Hiko bouncing up and comes into the site. He does get hit. And this still is going to be a very difficult situation for Shazam. Has to hit his PD-50. I don't think he has any chance now. They've done it. Have they got a kit? Yes, they have.
One. Just found one next to the bomb.
It's actually worked out for them.
That's amazing.
Bit chaotic, but it works.
Surely Hiko can find a better weapon than a UMP. Apparently not. That was much needed money. He really needed to pick up something there. With all the weapons on the floor.
He didn't get one.
UMP into the next round, but Sick only got 3 kills in that round. And apparently it was enough for his team to capitalize on it.
Why didn't he get... I guess he was the diffuser, so he's just like, you know what, I'll just get on top of this. So yeah, Nico will be given that. He's like, look man, I saved this for you. You can have this UMP. Where's the AK, man? Well, still in it for now.
Yeah, that was really, really tight. MSL, maybe he's going to come alive. That's a bomb. Did that roll down the stairs? I think it may have done a little bit. That is not a good look right there. Vice will take down Def as he pushes the smoke, trying to catch MSL out of the position, maybe reclaim the bomb, but this is getting messy. That's a pretty nice frag to find from nothing. Maybe giving Complexity a chance just yet in this round, but bomb finally being recollected. Hiko peeking out. Massive damage there. Shazam's got so much to do.
He has a minute to do this. His scope will reveal his position, which means Nico can start moving up. There's still time for Shazam to peek, though. Don't want to get caught in the middle of mid with a UMP. He was on short. Last heard, 45 seconds for Shazam. Now, with no one peeking mid, he could make his way towards Arch. So wherever he goes, he's got a 1v1. If he was to go up the... oh, never mind, he's going up the long position. So he's much closer to this corner of the wall at half health. Not the best engagement for him. And he will go down. But it is a complete guesswork, of course. There's so much money for Complexity that the hits just keep on coming.
Yeah, they are throwing everything they can at Rogue, but they are resilient. Holding on for dear life here. AWP comes out again. As the money starting to be whittled down. One more for Rogue would actually break the bank, and there would be a reverse sweep, perhaps. What a way to close out week 1 here at ECS Season 7. Already got Astralis booking themselves a place in London. Who will be first in North America? Could be MSL & Co. with that opening pick. Lovely shot towards Shazam. Finally seeing some form with that AWP.
Yeah, that's a risky peak to go for, but they know that they have to do some crazy stuff to make this game work, and that's a brilliant advantage. Looks like the pressure will keep on coming as Complexity are forcing the issue towards the A bomb side. They're going straight in. Nice pick coming in again. Vice on the side by himself. No one to distract really, so he can only get one before he's done. And MSL's locked off by smoke. This is very tough.
That is brutal. These are losses that they cannot afford to take, and now Sick is alone. Surely he's got to take the AWP, trying to clutch it. Can he get back inside the smoke? He can for the time being. 41 HP, creating some space. That will allow him to try and jump on the bicycle, but Stanislaw is in position to stop that. And that is match point for Complexity. That's land point, and Rogue have almost been completely wiped out. Nico could drop something, but the rest of the team, it sucks.
London point. It's made. It's happened. Complexity are so close to finishing this one off. 6 attempts, but not quite enough. And the money, indeed, it is absolutely rubbish. CZs, 5-7s, Deagles, UMPs, AWP. Everything they could grab. It's not enough, but it could work out. MSL needs to get a few kills of this orbit to get quickly down the apartments here. No fear at all. As we'll see now, if this is going to be where it all finishes. We'll have a look at the positioning of Ricky. Smoke down, just to dribble it out, allows you to get out of the apartments, but just seeing if that baits out some sort of reaction. A flashbang perhaps for a close-range CT. Doesn't do much, but there's one player alone on the B bomb side. That's MSL, the Orb. He's put his 4 strongest units towards A, allowing himself to hold B independently.
The change of pace from Complexity, maybe not allowing MSL to outsmart them by simply just taking a site with 4 or 5 players round after round promptly, not killing the time, but now they will play the safest possible. Sick! Almost get something out of it, because he's definitely looking for a trade fragger, but there is no such. Nothing is alone with the bomb at the bottom of the T ramp. Now, if MSL doesn't fall back to have a look at CT spawn and takes the... Oh, the timing!
No.
That's everything!
No. Not like this.
They're walking up. Is he going to hear a footstep? There we go. Is he ready for the second player? That's the bomb behind you, sir. Turn around. No, it's too late. That's it. That's all of it. He won't even know. He won't see the bomb on the radar. Surely this is it for Complexity.
Ooh,
or is it Vice charging through?
10 seconds.
Can this bomb go down? Apparently not. Is this really going to happen? Is this really going to happen?
It is. This can't be planted anymore. They need to keep one player alive. They live to fight another day somehow. MSL, that 1 kill, it looked like it wasn't enough, but Nico gets 3. He is a master of the Deagle, and he keeps the team alive, and the money is still there for Complexity. But 2 rounds in a row, if they win this one, Rogue that is, they'll do it. They'll get to overtime. There won't be anything left on the Complexity side. No loss bonus accumulated, but still compromises to be made. Vice of the FAMAS, MSL the UMP. No sniper anymore. Considering they won that round, you'd think it'd be salvaged, but either way, nothing. Looking to close things out once again. Back towards the half wall. Got right towards the top with little utility. No resistance from the CT so far as they double down. HE and Molotov towards the corner. They have full control now of that area.
I love the HE Molotov combos. It's really cool stuff we're seeing from these teams. This is insane, the way this map is potentially reaching a conclusion. I don't know if we're there right yet.
I did wonder why Complexity changed their pace in that last round, which had been successful basically every other round of this half, to completely slow down. Maybe you'd expect something funky, but I don't know that they took Banana at the beginning while the bomb was on T-ramp the entire time, but here we are. They have one last good chance to break it. Still a better buy than their opponent, which has been the case on many a round. Counter smoke grenade from Sick. Nico starts well, looking to transfer to the second player. Sick moves that away just in time. Again, we've got a player wrapping towards construction, waiting for rotation. They're lining up. This could be overtime. Of course, there's 2 rounds to collect for Rogue, but Complexity are not going to have much left unless nothing manages to do something absolutely disgusting. There's the first player, down to 6 HP, already nothing. It is basically impossible at this, but we will ask of him the impossible. Trying to avoid anything, trying to avoid a double peek or more. And there it is. Only 1 player going down. This time a UMP is not carried through to the next round, and Rogue is still alive.
But it would be this round that Complexity would win, right? This round coming with the pistols.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, beautiful defense coming in. Nico and Sick are actually an incredible combo as far as the potential with those rifles is concerned. And, well, I mean, I've seen it so many times, Henry. the struggles. Then you get those pistols, you get that fast pace, and you just crush. You just kill those two players straight away on Banana.
Dan,
And
hearts are about to be broken. Whichever way it
Yes.
goes, someone's going to be crying at the end of this. It's not going to be me. I know that much. Well, maybe it will be. Who knows? Games
Life
can be
full of
mean
surprises.
sometimes. We'll see what happens. We get into round 30. We'll have P250s, UMPs, Galil, an array of utility. Bro, I can't believe they brought this back. It was 1 AWP, 4 pistols, and they're back into it. And they actually had the advantage in round 30 for overtime. But you're right. These are sort of the rounds where weird and strange things happen. P250, snowball effect. We'll see if that occurs.
presence in abs from Stan. This team start to close in on the B-bomb side. So making it look like they're doing a top mid take, just all by himself. And this has actually forced the players back. The information is not there, and the push will come into B, but it's just completely falling flat on his face. There's no chance, it seems here, for Complexity to move in against the titans of the B-bomb site, Nico. And, of course, Sick as well. But I say that, and Shazam finds a double from nowhere.
Okay, a chance now. 2 versus 3. No utility bar a flashbang for Complexity. Surely they don't have a chance here, but it all comes down to this moment. Oh, through the smoke they go. Bomb down, and the retake begins. Huge advantage for Rogue, but a chance for Stan.
Stan is still an absolute no man's land. Wasn't sure where to go. Shazam knows where 2 of the 3 players are. 3 HP to try and hold it down. That's a lovely first tap. Oh, that was nasty. That was nasty. Rated 18, please. Get Dad's credit card. It's time for overtime. Oh my God. How have we got to this point?
I don't know.
What a wild second half. Almost every round won by Complexity. They play it slow and get wrecked when they have match point, and here we are in overtime. You just never saw this coming.
Well, it's been an exciting roller coaster of a game, and we're going to take a break and tease you for the final outcome. We'll be right back.
Oh, you getting down now? You getting down? I see. Got a pretty girl on the turntables, bunch of pretty girls on the couch. See a couple models on the dance floor, they just got a bottle on the house. Trouble look better with the lights off, still see it written on your face. When the rhythm hits your body like adrenaline shots, no chase, can't wait to see you move side to side. The revolution's on the floor, not televised, 'cause when your body's in my hands, it never lies. Come get yourself some satisfaction. House party in the hillside mansion, smell like weed in the halls. Blue jeans, white key, leather jacket, looking like a rebel with a cause. Everybody wanna get a little active, everybody wanna get a little taste. When the rhythm hits your body like adrenaline shots, no chase, can't wait to see you move side to side. The revolution's on the floor, not televised, 'cause when your body's in my hands, it never lies. Come get yourself some satisfaction. Get you some, get you some, get you some, get you.
We said it would be a good best of 3. It was looking flat to begin with, but it's got piping hot right at the final moments here. It's going to be overtime on the 3rd and final map, Inferno. And MSL will have the orb once again. We said He had to turn up on the CT side. He did just enough with his squad to get them here. Everything's reset now. First to 19 wins. 18-18, we do it all over again. As we get into it, 3 players, and that confidence should be back now for Rogue. They've got resources, and they've reset everything. So a different game, perhaps. You normally see a bit of a Hail Mary in the first round of overtime, but this is looking pretty standard.
Yeah, it often can just get weird in overtimes.
Yeah.
And I wonder if we're in for that, because
It's already weird, that.
Yeah, I was
It's
saying,
already weird.
In regulation, things started to get a bit strange. Oh dear, that's a nice find for Rogue at the start of the rounds. As Complexity make their way up towards A. Perhaps they want to come into A now after losing presence there. Don't want to maybe reinvest. You can always throw a flashbang towards the half wall. And it's just and sometimes that one flashbang can be enough to send a CT falling back. Bomb is still at T steps. They're going to go for a wrap again. It looks like they're thinking about it. They are cutting off the positions towards Arch so they can dominate that. And Six there, though. He's the guardian of that position. The sentry, oh my goodness. Able to creep through the smoke, Ricky, for the flank onto Sick just as Vice was next to him, but didn't spot him. And that's the masterstroke. Ricky gets it, and now Stan comes back out for one as well. So this is just chaotic. How do you read this if you're Rogue?
It's all bubbling now. It's very exciting. The finish of this round is still on a knife's edge. Nico with a great shot, takes down the high HP player of its former Stanislaw. Ricky trying to back them up, but the bomb goes down. The CTs are doing a great job as the round swings back and forth. His second kill of the round, but only 13 HP and 9 seconds remain. The plan doesn't really do anything from this point. He'll be taken down. That's round done. And it's going to be the first round on the board for Rogue. 16-15 or 1-0. Complexity will have to let that one slip by even after this great play. The backstab from hell, but it's Nico that holds on to absolutely everything. The smoke goes down at this point, and then he gets the second frag. It's so well played. Excellent work.
Sixth initial position by that little plinth is partly part of a bait setup which Team Liquid used to do, where one person would hold a pixel gap like that, and then somebody would be on the corner of Arch next to Library and poke out once he shoots, like a bait and switch, which would have been very interesting in that particular scenario, but that wasn't the case. He was on his own in that position, which is maybe why he repositioned. MSL having a look through the smoke, not shy to go back to the well once more. Molotov will go deep and Death will smoke himself off. That's an extra smoke for Rogue. So maybe that Molotov was valuable in that regard. That'll take Banana out of action for even longer.
Ooh, this is looking kind of fast now for Complexity. They don't slow down. They're just pushing all the way up. Archway, that's a big kill as well from nothing. MSL holding a tight angle from Speedway, and it's going to pay off. This is craziness once again. Complexity really trying to take as much positioning and control as they can. And now it's up to nothing to take top Banana, but MSL is repositioned there. And this is not the person you want to be up against if you have a rifle. And the bomb is making its way through T apartments now. All the way back to Banana.
And Molotov is spot on. MSL not sure which way to go. There's a first shot. Nothing is there as well. Misses the flick. Too close to the Molotov. And that's the site taken by nothing. But is there a smoke for the cross? There's no smoke for the cross. Nico has an angle for the bomb being thrown over into the pull position. Smart stuff from Ricky. Nico, that might just be the round. 12 seconds for Ricky to get 2 kills. He can win by elimination, or he can lose by elimination. It will be the latter, 17-15. Rogue seem to have finally found their footing on the CT side of Inferno.
And the money actually isn't really there. You don't see that too often on the T side in overtime. Ricky's got $2,800. Shazam goes for the UMP. This has all come crashing down. This is a resurgence from Rogue at the very bookend of regulation. It looked like they were out of it. They managed to scrape together some vital victories with just 1 AWP and 4 pistols, and somehow now they are here. MSL feeding it, like we said, getting that confidence. Now he has something to work with, some money, a buffer, and he's going to get boosted up and keep hunting for frags here. Incendiary towards the logs, but he got a player in front of him. The flick required, and does not time it well. There'll be nothing. At least getting a frag in favor of Complexity. And they'll burst towards middle through the smoke. Very brave, but it's open for now. And nothing detects another player there, but Sick is just looking incredibly sharp. Same story for Nico. 4 versus 3 as the pendulum swings once again. Complexity get nothing for it.
I'm liking their movement a lot as well. Complexity are like hitting fast, they're coordinated, they have good spacing. The idea is like the pressure puts a lot of intensity and takes away a lot of options for Rogue. But Rogue, they still seem comfortable within the little space that they've been given to take the kills and make the plays as Complexity try to finish this round with a play onto the B-bomb side. That's quite a whiff from Sick. Will that come back to bite them? I wonder. There's only 2 of them, but it's Shazam and Stan, and they're dangerous.
Oh, yes.
Bomb being planted. 40 seconds on the clock. Rogue with double the personnel. That hasn't always helped them, though. Shazam by the smoke. Soon it goes! Sick not fast enough. It's an early advantage. They needed Complexity. You don't want to be up against 3 match points at half-time. Shazam making it even better, looking for his 3rd kill. Stanislaw will take it. Spray transfer. He can fall back now, but it'll stand. One tap immediately from Shazam gives them that much-needed single round, moving over to the other side.
They looked like they were out of it there. A 4-on-2, and they were 2-0 down in overtime, and somehow Shad creeps through the smoke and shows impeccable form of the AK-47. He's no one-trick pony, and Stanislav's got the audacity, doesn't even fall and play the bomb, goes for the 1-tap instead and nails it. Wow. Well, they needed that. One round is enough.
This is crazy stuff here. It's hard to predict. Again, we talked about it, you know, in overtime, all the rules seem to change. Anything you thought you'd learned in regulation, everything turns on its head. Complexity struggling, Rogue finding their footing on the CT side. What is this half going to give us? Deep incendiaries from both sides. That really shuts down challenge into Banana for the T side. And they immediately already rotate and cheat players back towards the A side, but now they have to go back towards B. What on earth is that pick?
It's a jump peek from Shazam, and he'll pay the price for it. That's the AWP removed, and Stan has been taken down to 8 HP as well. Rogue helped themselves to quad. There's only 1 player on the A site, and that's going to be Ricky. Good flashbang, but couldn't follow it up. 4 or 5 versus 3 with nothing. Stuck behind smoke and can't really save. Might as well see what he can do with it. He's going to wait for the smoke to go down and see if he can steal some kills away. At this point, it looks impossible.
This is amazing because so far across both halves in this overtime, Rogue just look like they are so dominant. Just they know exactly what to do. Their movements clean, it's crisp. The confidence as well from every single player is just there, and they're finding all the opportunities. Complexity now against the wall. After looking like the better team throughout the entire best of 3, some clutches, the clutches that kept Rogue alive on Overpass, ridiculous clutches you could never ever ask them to make.
This is unbelievable.
Now they're at this point.
This is absolutely crazy.
5-man stack in the pit. You love to see it. A successful round. A job well done. And they've got London point, this time for Rogue. Complexity had it twice. Couldn't close it out in regulation. And it goes into round 35. Wow. Complexity need these next 2 rounds to take us to double overtime. 1 more for Rogue will do it. AK's across the board on the T side. Shazam was picked off by the AK of MSL in the previous round. So much on the line here. You can really feel the tension on the server. Stan overcommits through smoke, and MSL gets the opening pick. A crazy one once again. It's up to Def to try and salvage the situation. Creeps down towards the T-steps. Smoke there for now, and he has got backup from a teammate. That's going to be nothing. And there's 2 towards A. A 5-on-4. Smoke expended once more, but it doesn't do that much apart from push them towards A. But that's fine. Nothing will rotate off that, and trust Def to hold B.
Is he going to go through? I mean, obviously, Sick is holding this. At this point, I think, you know, Stan, I'm not sure if it's impatience or what it is, but you can see that there's pressure on Complexity to try to find ways to make big plays. They got to take big risks. They're so far behind. But now at this point, 1 misstep, and that's it. Curtains. Rogue just need 1 more round, and this could be the round. They've already got the advantage, and they take top mid.
How long will Def stay for? That is the question. So many grenades sailing in, and Sick is not moving a muscle. Now he starts to move. He's got the bomb. MSR taken out towards the arch position. He can hit a footsteps, Def, but is he good for a 2nd kill? Jumping first. Oh, that's beautiful from him. Continuation spray, running out of bullets, but has he bought enough time? Shazam's almost already over towards the B bomb site.
The bomb!
They've left the bomb behind. Oh my god, this is disastrous. 20 seconds, and that might actually work out in their favor. Hiko's running with the gun out, but maybe he needs his knife out. 15 seconds. Complexity completely out of position. He's got to go towards short. He's got to go fast. He's got to get that bomb down. 10 seconds. Just commit to it, Hiko, before you run out of time. He's already run out of time. 6 seconds for the second last kill, and there's one more round in it. What is going on?
This is insane. What a game. We knew it'd be good. We knew this series would deliver. MSL with the first kill through smoke. He had no idea he was going to pick that up. Shazam trying to keep the dream alive, but it was Def that gets the double kill. Then they forget the bomb. That just goes to show you the tension's riding so high right now, and they're making mistakes. The fatigue's done in the set, and it's been a long old best of 3. And now one round separates Complexity from double overtime, and it's an audacious pick from Shazam. Takes down Sick. He really committed to it as he tries to get his team over the next hurdle.
Complexity advantage. The next overtime, a distinct possibility, but you can see that Rogue are changing up the pace. They've taken Banana early in the round. In many of the other rounds, well, hold that thought because we might have a flash play straight forwards. Oh, there's no flash. They just try to go for contact, and it delivers. They see the bomb. They get 2 kills. Def smokes it off. They may have to try to go through it, but can they do it? Taking damage. There's only 2 of them left. Complexity may have just locked in this next overtime, but it's not done just yet.
Looking likely, though. MSL, Hiko, with a smoke and a few flashbangs, 4 on 2, no damage done to the residing CT players in the B bomb site. They have got a minute to work with. MSL's been pretty handy with the AK, but Shazam plucks him out of the equation. And that's it. We're going double overtime for sure. There's no way Hiko can win this. Absolutely zero chance. Gives away his position, and it's just a formality now. We'll wait for it to close out. It's Def, though. He's been the MVP in the last couple of rounds. He's got them out of absolute hell.
Oh my god, Hiko bombarded.
Yeah, just want to make sure he's definitely dead. He's going to throw 5 flashes at him, 10 Molotovs, 2 HEs, and a bullet to the face.
Def refuses to lose. He refuses to lose.
Yeah.
Even the situation becomes even more bizarre. And we will continue. Complexity on the counter-terror side. Everybody with 10k once more. Here we go again. Ring around the rosy. Rogue still feel lucky to be here, but maybe Complexity feel the same after those 2 rounds from Def. How crazy is this? Again, first team to 22 rounds will make it to London. Get your passports ready.
London.
Whoever loses this now is going to be gutted.
Yep.
But there's always next week.
It's always next week. Not a place they want to be, though. Shazam takes a lot of damage at the start there. Down to 41. I assume a nade caught him. Stan has shown signs of frustration in the last few, but his teammates have kept him afloat. First kill coming in very quickly. It's MSL once again, this time more successful towards that B site. They've actually cracked it wide open. It's down to nothing to try and defend. He gets caught with a nade in his hand, and he won't be able to get that quick kill. It would have been tricky either way. Bomb planted, and this is not looking good for Complexity once again.
Ricke's still on A. I guess he's looking for a flanker,
yeah.
But it's going to... I mean, he's so far away from his teammates, it's basically a 2 versus 4 at this point, so this is... They could just lose everything in this round, Complexity. We know what that means if you lose the second round. Don't really have a lot of anything as he continues to push Rikke. Bottom of Banana. The bomb is really far ticked. I think they've got to give this up. Surely it's too late for this. 3 players still alive, 2 players still alive. Nothing now. 1 versus 1, but is it time to defuse the bomb? There isn't time, and they will be losing everything.
Everyone dies. Wow, what a crazy brawl this game has become. Complexity with the full buy, but as you mentioned, the massive pressure to pick up this round. Because Shazam died with the AWP, and they lost that in that previous round, there's no... Well, while they actually go all in here, they double up the AWPs. You absolutely cannot afford to rebuy those if you lose this round, so... Gonna deliver with it. YP comes in to T-steps. The flashbang is there. The Molotovs are there for Stan, but he still gets the pick. These orbs working out early round for Complexity so far.
Here we go then. Another opening pick. You're absolutely right, but Rogue were able to convert this previously. They'll head back towards B. It'll be Def and Stan to defend. Def has done such a fantastic job so far. This time changing the setup up. We'll see if this AWP will find its second kill. Absolutely. Falls back and now they have a 5-on-3 advantage.
It's a really good start. Stanislaw continues to deliver. Can't see over the flames that time, and Def has gone down as well. What has happened to this? There's a chance for Rogue. The smokes are still up. Time to plant the bomb. MSL having to move away. Already in the red. Nothing. Can he find the right spray? He can't. They move back again. There's still a Molotov for Complexity, so that new box area might be looking pretty toasty pretty soon.
Yorp's out. He hits this shot, they're right back in the round. Gets himself towards new boxes, and MSL can't find the second. Leaves Hiko with one of his classic clutches on the table. He has no utility, stuck in towards Emo. Shazam and Ricky both with rifles, and they'll find his information out right away. He's down to half HP, and Ricky, can he do it? Absolutely. It's a little bit close for comfort, but Complexity do win the round and tie things up 19-19. And the AWP will be recovered. And Dan, you're right. They lost that round with the investment they made at the double AWPs. That would have been it.
I mean, it's already so ropey, even though they save. Ricky has to drop a rifle, but yeah, look at the AWPs playing off here. Both teams know they have to go for the plays. There's no way you can just let Rogue in this position just start off around 5 players, get all the map control they want. You got to be throwing the wrench into the works as soon as you can. And Ricky, will he go? Where will he go? What is his plan here? We know that he likes to get aggressive, so we get the deep Molotovs on both sides again to create space for those Complexity players on the banana side of things, but they don't really make it work. But Shazam sure as hell will. We haven't seen that peak many times in this game so far from him, and it's going to pay off initially, but it seems like he goes for a re-peek in mid, and he gets punished.
Ricky firing all the bullets, trying to make his way into the smoke, and it will call it a team kill, so perhaps that's given his team a chance to take this round. Stanislaw closing the distance, Sick in the red, Sick dead. There will be a trade from Nico. Now, where is Nothing? He could be anywhere. There's a player in the pit already, Vice. He might be watching the smoke. Nothing might be walking to his doom. He's got a smoke. He could put it in front of this one, but again, he would lose that element of surprise. He's just waiting things out at the moment. The re-smoke is in, takes his chance. There's one. The pit player, Vice, though, will put Rogue in the lead. 20-19 at half-time.
2-1. They need one more to get themselves series point once again. This is crazy. Ricky somehow gets one kill due to the fact the team kill came in. Nothing gave himself a fighting chance there. Well played to get that frag, but Vice with a clean shot to close it out. Triple overtime now. Will it be a thing? Who knows? We'll find out.
Right, well, I mean, once again, Rogue are leading, and there is still no telling which way this will go indeed. 2 rounds, that's what Complexity have to get to tie things up, just to keep themselves in for another shot, another overtime for another chance at winning this one, or 3 rounds in a row. That will do it as well. 22 rounds. Okay. They've taken banana. There's not really been much of a challenge here from Rogue. They're playing a slow pace, very conservative with their own utility.
It's very back and forth now. Rogue have fought tooth and nail to get themselves in this position, once again in the lead. It was not the case throughout the entirety of regulation. Felt like they were constantly on the back foot, especially in the second half. They have the 2-1 lead now. She said 1 round would give them series point. There's Complexity posture up towards the B-bomb site. 4 players there, bomb at the bottom. This is what we'd call a double pump. So they're showing presence with the smokes and Molotovs at the start to bait out the utility, and then go for the full execution after that. This will be the full commitment now, hoping the CTs won't have much to hold on to.
Rogue are a long way away from a rotation, but Complexity will have to wait out the smoke grenade for the time being, but still nobody rotates. MSL has info towards top mid, but he's not willing to go beyond that and look for more. And now they start to rotate, but is it going to be too little too late? Sick with 2 round of Fountain. Still alive, still hiding. Now he's gone. Nico can hold construction. That's a way in for Rogue on the retake. Rogue need 2 from 3 rounds to take this. Shazam taking MSL out. Pot shots through the smoke. Bomb plants are taken out. 15 seconds. Gets worse and worse. There's no smoke at the front of the site. Nico pushing all the way through. Stop the bomb plant. That's Shazam now, other side of the fountain, but surely he can't win a round unless they all face him. Vice will face, and that is match point for Rogue again.
Absolute chaos on the B-bomb site. Back and forth the game has been, but Rogue now have a nice buffer. They have 2 rounds to actually close this one out. 1 will do. Complexity need to find some amazing form towards the end. It's difficult to maintain focus, and the level of skill required to close these games out. It's so exhausting playing for 4 or 5 hours. We'll see what happens here as the flashbangs come through. It's a fast push. Like we said, the rulebook goes out the window a little bit. Vice is going down here. Does he realize they don't commit? MSL gets the first shot. 5 versus 4. 4 kills away from closing this game out.
Collect the bomb. Collect yourselves. Repurpose, refocus towards the A-bomb site. There are 4 players here, though. In MSL, they trust, and the A-bomb site is going to be a problem for Complexity. They are entertained on Arch. They are surrounded by smoke grenades. Sick has a different angle inside CT spawn. He'll re-smoke the library. I think both teams know what's up at the moment. The smokes start to fade, however. Draw Molotovs for Complexity. They have short and long, but they are moving into an epic crossfire.
Oh, Riquet will come out the balcony. That is stunning there from Def. Finds himself a double on the entry. Hiko goes down as well. Only MSL left on the huge rotation. Complexity need the next 2 rounds to secure another overtime. That's the best that they can ask for, and they may be a step closer to that because MSL has a hell of a lot on his table right now, and he's going to have to just back out of there. They can't afford to lose this AWP. I don't know if they can. Oh, they should be able to rebuy it, I think, but still. It's a good save from him. What a round from Complexity.
It's Def again, who finds the kills required to crack open the side and keep the game alive for them. They're gunning for triple overtime now. We're in round 41. My goodness gracious. How has it come here? It felt like this game was going to be a little underwhelming.
Def wants to return home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. A British man looking to play in London. Represent.
Amazing stuff. I loved how they waited. They got the position in Arch. They had the bomb go alone through the apartments. And then as soon as the position was made... Oh, wow.
My God.
That is godlike.
Dude, now you see why Cloud9 tried to pick him up. Doing disgusting things like that. How does he even see that guy at such an off angle from the first guy to even try and transfer in the first place? He's got massive eyes.
Ooh, and it's looking like triple overtime could be happening, boys. Okay, then. We'll have the 5-on-4 initially. Hiko goes down. So many rounds in Inferno. Absolutely amazing scenes here.
Always Inferno.
Always Inferno.
Always Inferno. Rogue are a man down now. 2 on 8, 2 on B. Are they reactive or are they proactive? The risk is limited in that. The worst case scenario, they go to overtime again. You saw Vice trying to get some information. Didn't see anyone towards top mid, but it was a smoke down. The 2 flashes will be quite telling. But still, oh, MSL has made his way towards the A site now with the AWP. Try and create some space for himself, but he is somewhat trapped. But he can draw the ire of Complexity for the time being. Allow Vice to activate. Again, it's his match point for Rogue. 2 players on Arch of the 3 remaining for Complexity, and MSL makes it even worse. Is this the end of the line in week number 1 for Complexity?
It could be, James. It all leads here. Def needs to fight again. He finds the first headshot. That's the AWP removed. He has done some sensational work here in the dying rounds of the game, but they look like they know where he is as well. He might have done enough. 4 versus 2. The headshot comes in. It actually is working out. The bomb will be planted. It's down to Sick to deny. HG's going to do it. 1 versus 1. Def has to be the hero once again. As Sick comes through, who will find the headshot? It's going to be Rogue, and everything he did, it was perfect up until that point. Def did not want to go home, and it seems like it will be Rogue taking it in double overtime. What a fantastic way to close out week 1, guys.
Oh my God, what a series. We knew that it would be close between these 2 teams. We were very split in the predictions. You could have argued it either way, and it just played out that way on the server. Both teams having to dig deep, both teams making mistakes, both teams showing us a level that we have not seen from them before. This was awesome to watch.
I have to say, this format is absolute fire.
It's good, isn't it?
The urgency for all of the games is brilliant.
It makes so much more sense. Online CS is back. It's alive. It's well. It has its place. It seems like it's all been worked out. I love it. And that's going to be Rogue, the first team out of the NA bracket. Imagine that. We had Liquid, we had NRG, heavy-hitting, world-class teams, and Rogue, out of nowhere, are the first team to go through and cancel all their online bookings from this point. They can go back under the radar, cash in that 12K, and prepare themselves for London. Absolutely epic scenes. A really fun game to watch, and commiserations to Complexity. They gave it absolutely everything there, especially Def towards the end. He couldn't have played harder if he tried. That was absolutely brilliant. And indeed, it's Rogue qualified for London. They have made it. They will join Astralis. As we look at the stats here, there's Def with his ADR of 89 and 31 kills, 33 for Stan. And it's Nico. He had a great game. He had some difficult moments in the earlier maps, but this one was fantastic. 37 kills, 32 deaths, and we'll see them close it out 22-20.
That's great for Rogue, especially because I picked them to win.
Yes.
So that's the most important thing we can take away from this. And indeed, that's their path to the final and their path through the final. I do think we'll all agree that Complexity did look like the better team throughout, but credit to Rogue for actually winning anyway.
Yeah, it was really impressive, that comeback from them. Some of the clutches, if we just cast our minds back to Overpass, this shouldn't really have gone to a third map, but it did. And it's because they were able to dig so deep and just find clutches out of nowhere. And again, the sense of urgency at that point, they knew their economy would be broken. They knew that everything was on the line, and they still were able to do it and deliver it under that pressure. Beautiful stuff. It just... I mean, this is going to be an incredible finals. I mean, we've already in this first week, we've learned so much, and we've already started delving into some storylines perhaps we didn't even expect on the European side of things. I'm thinking about Avangar as well. They came the closest to beating Astralis in the best of 3 of any team we've seen recently, in recent memory, and they played amazing.
This is the happiest group of people I've ever seen after an online game of CS. I have to say, I've never seen this before in my life. Like, people are actually genuinely excited and actually enthralled by the CS. It's really good, because the problem we had with online CS the last couple of years, there were so many games, so many leagues to keep track of. It means like finally we have a narrative, we have the teams that can play for 1 week potentially and be done and move on, and they get a nice little 12K.
You have a storyline every day.
Yeah, it's
as opposed to this could be a throwaway. You don't know how this is going to affect something for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So instead of having to do all the maps at the end of the season as well, and it's like, okay, who's done this, who beat who, head-to-heads and all that sort of thing, this is much better. It's a lot of fun, and I'm sure there's much more action to come. This is just week 1. We have 5 more weeks like this to come your way, so make sure you stick around, because I can't even imagine what's going to happen as the weeks go on. We've taken Astralis away, we've taken now Rogue, but we still have some absolute heavy hitters coming in week after week.
We need to get you to hospital.
Why?
Because your skin is just like...
That's not looking good,
That's from what, being on the balcony for 10 minutes? What's going on?
Half an hour outside, and I've actually roasted myself. That is not looking too fresh.
That's terrifying.
Okay. Well, what can you do? I've learned my lesson. It was day 1 of being in the sun. We're going to the beach tomorrow as well, so that's definitely got to be rectified. Any tips for me, Dan? You're also a pale man. Stay out the sun, I think.
I actually don't have any problems. I haven't burned once.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'm just an idiot then, it seems. We are just preparing next week's games for us. So we're going to work out who will be playing, who will be appearing, maybe some surprises, some names we weren't expecting perhaps. It's all coming up very shortly. Okay, well, we'll have a look at the leaderboard. We'll see what's going on. And this is what happened this week, at least. This is the $12,000 for Rogue. Complexity has to get 5K, but they did not get to go to London just yet. They'll have to come back next week or a week of their choosing and give it a go. You can see how the money breaks down further down the list. So it means like if you get knocked out in the first round, you still get some beer money, $750. You're just like, you know what, still with some cash, we can do something with that.
Really nice stuff. For some reason, it doesn't show the 8th place as well.
Here we
go.
go.
Same. And never mind that. Here is next week's, I guess.
Oh, Mouse Sports are in there. The new look Mouse Sports. We're playing against Fnatic.
Oh, wow.
Anything else jumping off the page for you, gents?
Well, we got a French
Oh,
Armageddon with LDLC versus Vitality. A Vanguard could have a really solid route to the finals if we're looking at this.
And also, it'd be funny because they just played North. They 2-1'd North this week. So it'd be funny if they knock out North again. I'm sure it won't be funny for North. But also, Virtus Pro might not allow North to get that far. We actually saw Virtus Pro playing very, very well against FaZe, I believe it was, on the lower side of the bracket. We were very impressed with their new look team.
Another, we can move on to the NA bracket as well. Just another note I want to make as well. This also works because if your team's not available for 1 week, it's not that they get punished or anything like that. You could just miss the week out. You don't have to play it. You can go to whatever tournament or obligation you have. Just to note that you don't have to play every week. Here's the NA bracket as well. Let's have a look. Cloud9, Space Station, Ints versus Furia. Well, there's some fire right there. That'll be fun. Complexity, E United, Luminosity, NRG. So We've got no Liquid there, right? So that means NRG are the heavy favorites going forward.
And Complexity already went through NRG yesterday. They beat them, so they're going to have to do that all over again.
That means
most
Cloud9
likely.
have got a crazy good run at the final, right?
I think Complexity also played against United. It was a 2-1 game in their favor. So,
it was 2-1, yeah.
So they're going to have to repeat. They're going to have to do an exact repeat.
Who is the fifth for Cloud9?
It is Golden. He's back, right?
No, but Zelsis is gone as well, right? Flusher and Zelsis left.
Oh, yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know.
So I don't know if they've announced the fifth publicly. So that is, I guess, if they haven't, then we'll find out soon enough.
I'm sure we will. Well, that's all to come next week. That is the end of week 1, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel, maybe we should do some admin to close out the day, some social media stuff. We'll talk about the tickets as well. Here's the social media. One last time, Dan. I'll let you do this one.
Yep, follow at ECS on Twitter. You can also join in the discussion. Hashtag ECS7 is the hashtag, and tag in any of us in discussion if you want. Obviously, ECS.faceit.com. If you miss all of our hype about the format and how awesome it is, and you want to see the brackets or any more information, you can go over there. Obviously, we have YouTube and Instagram as well, active on all the socials. So check us out, follow everything. You'll see all the highlights, the clips of all the exciting games and moments. You don't want to miss any of it.
We do have a MySpace as well. But that's
199 days since we could draw on the map.
It was 198 yesterday, or today, sorry.
Yeah, but now it's tomorrow in England.
Ah, that's how it's working.
It's GMT, baby.
James, why should people come to the finals?
Because I'll be there.
What will you be wearing? Any crazy suits, some diving gear, any
I
special
don't know. It
gifts?
depends on how I feel. You never know what's up my sleeve. There's always something up my sleeve, though.
That's one thing I can confirm. You never do know. It's happening the 8th and 9th of June in the beautiful city of London, where Astralis and Rogue have both qualified. So we've got the world's best team and some plucky underdogs ready to go. We will find some more teams as the weeks develop. For now, that is the end of week 1. What a week it was. Let us know your thoughts on social media, and we'll see you next week.